I just love those blues. I love blues. I do. I love blues. Welcome to Stroke, the Journey of Thing podcast. I'm Aaron Avila. I'm your host, 15 years post stroke and brain aneurysm survivor. Today's solo episode, Holding On to Your Past for Bring Your Future, tackles a mindset, a critical mindset for stroke survivors. Our mindset as stroke survivors is paramount. Paramount. Let me start with a little bit of reflection on my own experience with this topic. When I first had a stroke, I felt like life was over. I went through a short, brief time of severe depression and feeling like my life was over because who I was gone. My identity was gone. But now, reality, my future was only just beginning. Had I transitioned from living in the past, when I lived in the past, it took away my future. I no longer saw it. And the same thing is for you. If you look at your past, what you lost, what you were like, your identity before your stroke, it'll block you from seeing your future. So I think you need to know what's coming. About 30% of stroke survivors suffer depression based on them losing their identity to stroke. And I think that a lot of times, again, the saying, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you focus on your past, what you were, and what you had, and the abilities you could do, it'll take away your future vision. What I found by changing my mindset, by changing the way I thought about my past, my future, I had to let go of the past. You, as a survivor, need to let go of who you were to go into future. Because I am here to tell you right now, you, survivor, have a future, a destiny. You have a future. Everybody in this world was born to do something great with their lives. So don't let your focus on your past ruin your future. So many times, what ends up happening, stroke, see, our identity was based on who we were. Our ability, our physical abilities, a stroke took it all away pretty much. So if you focus your attention on the past, you rob yourself of the future. So what I'm telling you and challenging you today to do is to look at your life, not look back, but look forward. Just look forward to what, because right now, you and I, we have the ability, we have the ability to move forward. Hey, Bill Wade, it's Sean White. There's Bill Wade's out there. Thank you for being out there, Sean. Bill Wade, thank you very much, bro. And thank you to my brother, Scott White in Georgia. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you guys being there. But how many of you experienced that when you when you first had your stroke? I've been serving the stroke community now for about 7 or 8 years, and I am telling you, I have met many stroke survivors that are steeped in depression. Why? Because they're holding on to the past, they're holding on to what they were, but they're forgetting. And I want you to try this. To look at your life as a reset, a time to start over. You can rebuild your life. I personally am rebuilding my life better than it was before. Do I have lots of physical abilities? No. But spiritually, I'm saying I'm a better person, no doubt, because of the drug. You know, there's a brother, also has a podcast named Bill Gossalmo. And he says the stroke is the best thing that ever happened to him. I honestly could say the same thing. And the only people that could really say that is people that let go who they were and embrace what they are to become. You have the ability right now, you're a clean slate. You can rebuild your life from the inside out. Again, give them the second chance. So, what I'm trying to get you to do is not focus on your past, focus on your future. See, to me, stroke is like driving a car. It's a lot like driving a car. And you guys have heard me say this many times, but this is what got me through it. When you're driving a car, there's a little tiny rearview mirror and a gigantic front windshield. If you try to drive your car using rearview mirror only, the little tiny rearview mirror, you're gonna crash. But if you look out the front windshield of your life, you'll find there's actually life after stroke. I'm not saying your identity. My identity was misplaced, thinking that I was sure what I was able to do, my physical abilities. But now, in reality, who you are is what's inside you, character, who you are as a person. And for us to move forward in our journey as stroke survivors is to not drive with a view mirror. Don't try to look forward. It's okay. I face who I am. I'm a stroke survivor. I lost the abilities, but now I am who I what I'm choose to become. So many times we let stroke identify us. Stroke becomes our identity. And in our reality, we are not our stroke. We are not a stroke. You are not your stroke. If you guys feel free, I'm gonna pull up that child. I'm gonna do it overlay because Scott White and Bill are doing what exactly the chat is for. The chat is for you to talk with each other and to talk with me. This is an interactive podcast. So I would like to know how many of you out there struggle with holding on to your past when you first had your stroke and letting go? What did you do to let go of your past and then move forward? Put in comments what you did. I mean, to move forward. Because what happens is so many times in stroke survivors' life, they end up holding on to the past, forgetting there's a future life in front of them. And I think it's real critical that you all know that you have a future. Yes, you may not be the person you were, and you're not ever going to be. So, anybody telling you you're going to be covered to your previous stroke life, that's not being honest with you. You'll always be a stroke survivor. But you can go forward. You can use your stroke as a tool. So today, let's take the day and focus on the future. What are we going to do as a life? If you know God like I know God, then you can ask and pray, show me what you want me to do. If you don't, I don't know to tell you honestly. All right, well, there's an answer. Bill, good for you, bro. Bill Wade says I turn to God to reading the Bible or His Word, and it help me to release and move forward. And it's really true. You've got to focus on what your future holds. You've got to have hope. Hope is without hope, people perish. I'm telling you right now, I'm here to tell you today, look at the front windshield of your life and don't focus how much you were before your stroke because you have changed. But it doesn't mean you're hopeless. You should refocus your attention. You know, Dwayne Dyer, and I've said this many, many times in my podcast. Dwayne Dyer said, if you, I just forgot it. Where your focus goes, your energy goes. Where your energy will flow, where your focus goes. So if you hold on to the past, let it go. Let it go. I challenge you today to begin to rebuild your life. You're seeing us. Hey, Bryce, this Bryce being from North Carolina out there, bro. Thank you so much for being here. There. Oh, there's Maria. Hello, Maria. Great to see you out there. Oh, I'm so excited to see these two people. That's really exciting. But I want you to know, stroke survivor, our lives are not over. Our lives are not over. I knew a brother who says, I pray to God, ask him my purpose. But after talking to him and hearing his family, what a blessing is to family, guess what his purpose is? Being a blessing to his family, encouraging his family, resilience. And good for you. Maria B., I don't know who that is. You know me, and I probably know you. I do know one Maria, but they don't recognize a B at the end. So I don't know what it is. So Great Maria, thank you so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me to have you guys show up. And I will slowly after this podcast, next week podcast is more topic driven. I'll begin to interview stroke survivors. If you want to be on my podcast, 'cause I need you, to see my email down below there. See it right there. Grab me email me and let me know you want to be a guest on my podcast. Because after today, I will begin to interview stroke survivors again. I just keep going with my book, but I think we'll do a pause for a little while and then interview. So I'm hoping by spring is out there still, and I would love to have him on my podcast. He's got a plethora of insights, and that maybe that your future, your helping people is here. I built this podcast not for me, not because I'm happy to see me on for the camera, which I'm not. Never did this before. But I want you to come on the podcast, share your story, maybe share insights you've learned along the way. Email me, let me know you are willing to be on the podcast. And I think that right there can be a purpose. One of your purposes that you can help other stroke survivors. Never in a million years, a lot of you begin to think that I've done this before. I have never, never been this much socially engaged ever. So don't think I am like used to do this or something. I never did. First time they've been in camera in front of Mike. So I'm saying, come join me to share your story of survival, share your insights, what you've learned. Bill Wade, I'd love to have you on my podcast again, bro. I really would. We'll get together and if you've already been on my podcast, Scott White was like a podcast that people really were trying to do. If you've been on my podcast in the past, please don't stop getting a hold of me and putting me on my podcast for a follow up. Because I want to invite each and every one of you. Your purpose. Again, as one thing I know for sure all of the stroke survivors have. We have a purpose. The purpose to use a stroke to help people. Raise stroke awareness. So many times we forget. And again, we focus on our past, we focus on what we've lost. We don't worry about the people. But I'm telling you right now, if you want more joy and more happiness in your life as a stroke survivor, come on my show. Come out and experience your purpose. You want to live stream like I do. You want to do a podcast like I do. I'll show you how to do it. That's my purpose. My purpose is here to help you. But I think the biggest thing I want to encourage each and every one of you today to do is like go over your past life. Stroke is kind of like a God's way resetting your life. We're alive. We're a survivor. We do have a purpose. God has kept us alive for a purpose. I'm telling you, tell your story. Give your insights to other stroke survivors that can use the encouragement. Don't focus on your past. And again, I will probably end this podcast with remember this. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, you're feeling whatever down, then realize it's because your focus is misplaced. You're focusing on a negative. And I am more than willing to jump on a Zoom call or a call with anybody that wants to talk. If you need help, I am here to help you. If you have a feature, I know people that have a feature that can help you. So anyway, let's this podcast by quick, but I want you guys to know that if you focus on your past, if you focus only on your past, you will ruin your future. You cannot move forward in your recovery in your stroke survivor life if you're focusing on the past. You cannot move forward. This is a fact of life. And it really comes down to that thing I said earlier, which is where your focus goes, your energy flows. We have all been told, don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't accomplish in this life as a stroke survivor. Scott White is a prime example of being told he would never drive again. Guess what? He's driving, not only driven in the last 3 or 4 months. He's driven thousands of miles by himself. I'm saying there is life after stroke. And step one could be coming in my podcast and sharing your stories and insights with your fellow stroke survivors. So again, email me. Let me know you want to be in the podcast. I look forward to having you as a guest. And we'll dive into your story, your stroke survivor story, and then what you've learned, what your takeaways are, what you've learned over the years of being a stroke survivor. I'm going to encourage each and every one of you to pause today. And I'm going to give you a little tidbit, gold nugget, if you will. Gratefulness. Gratefulness is a magnet for miracles. Today, pause. Go outside, whatever. Pause and just say thank you. Thank you for my spouse who's still here. Thank you. And as you name about 3 or 4 things you're grateful for, it'll begin to transform your life. Again, using that same theory, that same spiritual principle, that way your energy will flow where your focus goes. Don't focus on negative. When that negative thought comes to your mind, let it go. Don't focus on negative. Focus on your future. And dream. Dream. It's free. You can do it free right from where you're at. I'm just saying, be grateful today. And Maria, I want to give Maria, it's Marie. I'm sorry, Marie. I thought I saw an A at the end. I'm getting old. My eyes are not great. But Marie, Bill, Scott, Bryce, we all have a future, but it's not in the past. It's in the future. So I'm saying dream again. Make you pause today and just be grateful. I've got to go because I've got a C-suite business meeting right after this podcast. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to contact me via email. And please subscribe to Stroke TV Media YouTube channel. It will really help our movement. Really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Bye.